the last time I watched a feature table and those guys were sitting with sub 10 bigs to start the coverage.
Count.
It is a rare sight, so we'll
Count, please. Count.
see how they approach.
You cover. Sure.
What feels like bottom of range to you if you're in Saliba's spot, trying to assign something to Petrangelo's range?
I would imagine most offsuited aces are going
King
in.
Jack. I was thinking I was in good shape with the tank.
So interesting, Petrangelo's reaction to what ultimately is the call by Saliba. Thought maybe it was more toward the non-ace combos. And when he sees the ace-8, he was a bit surprised, given the tank, that's what was taking so long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nick would have been surprised if Saliba turned over like ace-6 offsuit or something like that. I think he maybe thought that ace-8 was a bit more clear of a call, but it's just so tough in these spots because the parameters, if one little parameter changes, the outputs are so different.
Yeah.
And Saliba might have some ideas about the remaining field or about the stack size or the situation that the rest of us don't have. Wow, look at this 2-pair versus 2-pair.
Yeah, Petrangelo had some ideas.
It's just nice to know if you're Nick that regardless of whether you limped or what you did, the money was going in.
That it was. And Barra Deuce on the river, which does not arrive. Petrangelo will not be hauling this pot in. And Saliba is going to double through and leave Nick on crumbs here.
Well, there's a hand you like looking down at when you have 1 1/3 big blinds, 1 1/4.
It'll be live streamed on PokerGo.
Saliba's going to isolate here, which is nice for Nick.
Petrangelo needed this a pot to go.
That would be ironic.
Yeah.
The dominant ace.
600.
But with just 205,000 as the Saliba ISO comes in. Easy release impending from Ponakovs.
This is cool because this is a fairly small ISO, and I think in different circumstances, Saliba might go a little bit larger to ensure the fold equity with Ponakovs, but because there's the involvement of ICM, I think the smaller size just gets it done.
Yeah, you're able to kind of leverage that to get over the hump against certain part of the range that might have otherwise been curious.
Exactly. At least that's what I assume.
Note that the first pay jump doesn't take place until we hop from 12th to 11th place, and it's just 10K and change, so perhaps the immediate ICM, not really that big a deal, but as you look up the pay ladders, it becomes far more relevant. Ace-King holding on here on the Jack-10-8 board.
This could be a nice little quadruple up for Petrangelo. Ooh, that's quite the card.
Sopping wet, deuce of spades now. Very threatening is this ace-5 suited. Oh. And that threat just got way too real for Nick Petrangelo, and the impact
Good news for Jeremy.
is a finishing
No,
blow from Saliba.
Or stage setup.
All right, you're gonna make me sweat.
It's become
Let's see if we can peel something
a
good.
music festival of sorts.
A little bit. A small music festival. The neighbors are setting off fireworks. It's cool.
Wow. Now, is that in an effort to shut down the party? Like, is that a salvo of fireworks, or is that just a celebratory supplement?
They just fire them right into the...
Yeah, I
like
wasn't
that.
sure, you know. Gatling gun full of Roman candles.
There it is.
Chewy, 10-6 suited. Squaring off with Bonomo here. Shorty on shorty violence. Justin deciding King 7 performs adequately well to dig in, and it continues to on an ace-queen deuce board. Almost 3 million out there. Critical for both parties, even though Bonomo covers by 20K.
Really helpful to Bonomo in terms of getting to call with this hand that him and Chewy are the two short stacks. When you're the two shortest stacks and you get to call off against them, ICM goes out the window a little bit, and he holds here.
1.42.
I
Wow.
believe I'm out. I have 1.4.
They are going to give it a quick recount, but you hear Chewy say, I believe I'm out. We believe that as well. Once the audit is complete, so too will be the journey for lucky Chewy Lichtenberger.
GG. Good luck, guys.
You know, poor viewing experience if we don't go to the hand for hand, because these guys want reassurances that they're not being forced into several pots more than their opposition across the way.
I'll go check them.
It's a bunch of short stacks.
I had a fun little moment with the table, and I want to say like 2018 or one of those years. I was on the bubble of the main.
Okay.
We're like 100 away, and I'm a short stack, and
Okay.
I just looked at the table.
3.6.
Looked like a bunch of sharp people, and I said, listen, everyone. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like you guys aren't as smart as you are. I'm gonna take about 30 seconds every hand, and then I'm gonna fold.
3.
So what do you got? 3 million? Ah, 10 big. It was like 10 million short stack. What's that? No, I thought you talking millions. Like 10
This
as
could-
well. Okay.
This could develop into something interesting here. Huni has a hand that has some showdown
All
value,
left.
250.
We just all
but
left.
his hand has a lot of elements of a hand that might find some double barrels on the turn. Also, he could just get there.
Uni made it 400 to go pre. Bonomo defended at the 100-200 level. Ace Queen 9 board, check. Face the 250 with the backdoor spades and the Broadway gutter versus second pair. Justin's not looking for excuses to get out of there.
It's always a little more fun when both players have the same backdoor flush draw. Oh, and it gets there on the turn.
Oh boy.
Feels like a crap table.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge, huge table.
Have siblings.
Second check out of Bonomo here. Respectful of the scenario.
Not this big of a table, I don't think.
Huni could certainly go either way with this hand.
800.
You need like that hand.
Betting is nice because you put a lot of pressure on a random queen or a
Is it a
9.
big family?
From 9 to 11, so I just left the middle.
Wow. Do you guys want kids?
We're getting.
Oh my god.
800 ahead
Appreciate
on
you
the
on the
turn,
show.
and somehow backdoor spades get there. This is
Excited.
nuts
We're working.
versus second nuts.
Yeah.
And what it really is, Jesse, is the end of the road for Bonomo.
That's what I say. Well, that'll about do it
Yeah, excited.
for our good friend Justin.
Cool.
Do I know what to do? No.
There is no escape whatsoever. Dead man walking.
Uni's about to have a pile of chips.
He was already at pile status now. Additional helpings will be inbound shortly.
What an insane run out. Lot of tricky runouts for Justin because a 10 is equally devastating.
All in.
Call.
Jeez. Wow.
Right.
Is it a flush?
That's crazy, yeah.
What is there to say?
I think so. It's a gross one. That's a real
Even-
gross one.
Even Chris just recognizes that
Jesus.
there is zero. Anything in that seat
What
would have
the
been able to
heck,
do
man?
to avoid their plight.
After losing 7 million shots
like,
on 3
wow.
with aces, what the fuck?
That is disgusting.
You know what? There's this
1.9.
Wow, the new card was
lady,
better.
you know, the algo served me some things. His
Yeah,
pocket
no,
nines serve up a
because
raise
this
to
feels weird
1.9.
here, I don't
This is a
know.
commitment from Kornuth. Oh. Ace Queen for Big Uni with the big stack. Kornuth just north of 11 blinds coming into this one. Uni 69 bigs. He's going to flat it. Oh, and Ponakovs wakes up with medicine.
Wow, what a spot this is going to be for Chance. You get the ace 10 through last hand, pick up some chips, and now you're essentially flipping against 2 hands.
Are we ever worried about Uni trapping as a flat here with so many left to act behind him?
Certainly. I think Uni, against this large of a raise, I think he'll play his whole range as a call. So he can have the aces, kings, queens, stuff like that. Ponakovs, not as worried about the traps because he has ace-king specifically, just blocking the toughest hands.
And we expect the 2 queens to maybe ISO a little bit more frequently, or no?
I would honestly, this deep, I might expect them to
Still
call.
flat?
I wouldn't be shocked if there was an ISO with queens specifically, maybe some ace-king. But there's plenty of folds as well when you rifle it in there with the ace-king.
Note, by the way, that the 3-bet from Ponakovs does manage to shed the ace-queen. Uni was always performing poorly.
Gets the new card and he's gonna get the triple up. Might have saved me from losing more. If he folds and I raise, 3 bets probably.
Yeah, you're right.
Who knows what the hell happens then?
Yeah.
Paul.
Uni going through all the what-ifs. But what he's not going through is this board, as the 9s for Kornuth are in the lead, and they stay there in a very real way.
Crazy how that works with the flip card.
Middle
What
set.
a flop.
Ace-king could very easily draw dead, and that's exactly what it does on the turn, in spite of improving.
Don't put a jack out there.
I was just thinking to myself, if a jack rolls off, Uni might be sick.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
He would have
How
made the
lucky is this
stones.
guy, huh? Gets the extra card, then gets the wake up behind.
King queen suited now for the man who's already enjoyed a double earlier.
2.9 million.
Declarations of 2.9.
Ravens, you said 2.9 million. You just said 2.9.
2.9, yeah.
2.9 million.
You said 2.9.
Ooh.
0.9.
And I was super interested in seeing what would happen if it got back around to Ike, but we are never going to know. So Mr.
fold.
Blom has looked down
fold.
at
There's
the
a
ace-king
crease.
suited.
In this card.
Healthy pot in
Ooh.
progress, and King Queen picks up an open ender. You see the tempered head nod there from Joseph, who knows that it could be worse.
Always a sweat, right?
Pretty sweet one.
It's never just no sweat run-outs. It's always some kind of sweat.
Blom taking it in stride, still has the lead.
You would have if
Board
he didn't wake up with
pairs.
ace-king.
No cause for concern.
Run out if you didn't.
That would have been gross.
Keep aces and 9s away from this board. That's the mantra in Viktor's mind right now as he looks to take us from 9 to 8 players. Can he do it? Indeed,
Game, bro.
he can. A double pairing 10. And a journey-ending one at that. So the $259,000 payout for 9th place will be collected by the youngest
Victor,
participant here
Victor,
at this final
Victor.
table,
Maybe-
who I guess we have not
Maybe
seen
extra
the last
months,
of
man, yeah. Good run.
by any stretch. Combos
The last one?
maybe being across the way. Not sure. Price being laid was handsome, but
Needle flower, yeah.
nevertheless, we fight on. Haxton, straightforward jam with King Queen.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That was fast call.
Well,
Viktor. Look at him go.
Think about it.
perhaps we need to add a Y to the end of that. Jesse is King King versus King Queen certainly reigns supreme.
Oh man, if you're gonna start making puns and dad jokes,
Well,
You're
Ausmus
gonna have
is
a
out
fan
there,
for
so
life over here.
I'm just telling you, you know, Jeremy, I kind of.
no, I'm not.
I
I'm
bring
not.
the dad
I'm
humor
not hating on it,
with him.
Ollie.
Oh, you're into it?
Oh, you have no idea.
You're here for it.
I was going to say if you're gonna start making puns and dad jokes, you know,
I got a fan for
I might
life.
not leave this booth.
Well,
ever.
Jack 8-3 and perhaps departure is very imminent for Haxton, barring improvements. Work the chapstick there, sir. It is the desert. Thanks for joining us. Oh, hello, 10.
Every fucking time.
They say it's never easy, Ollie.
Well, it just got made a lot more difficult as Haxton goes from drawing dead to drawing live. 9 or an ace would be the spoiler card for Blum's Kings. Is it there? No.
Wow, upside down.
Showers
Like, get over here. Your game,
for the
right?
mighty Ike.
Oh, Haroni
Sure.
picking up
Yeah.
another hand.
Yeah.
Ace
I'm definitely
queen
been super
for
guilty.
Danny.
I will just check quickly.
Just $169,000 in career tournament earnings, Jesse, for him, but so much more than that in the cash game streets.
I'd love to see the cash game stat next to that.
I don't know that he wants us to know.
I don't know if he wants anyone to know.
All in?
Well, I don't know how much more yawning he's going to be doing now that Huni has announced all in. You see Saliba gnawing on his hoodie there. Realizes he has the opportunity for a very healthy pay jump from 396 up to 512,000, Jesse. 116 dimes if Queens can
Queens
hold
versus
against
ace
Ace
queen.
Queen.
Ace is
I'm
live.
gonna make that call mistake again.
This is,
I'm gonna make that call mistake.
I don't want to say
again.
it for either player
Yeah.
because obviously Huni will still have a
Yeah.
workable stack, but man, this is such a big spot for both players.
Jack 9-6, an ace-free environment, and an environment that could quite shortly be free of one Danny Aharoni as well. It isn't personal, but I can count a number of people who are very much in favor of that outcome as another 6 rolls off the deck and brings us that much closer to that reality. But not if Danny can help it. Calling for the Barry, an ace on the river. But one-legged in nature is the 4 of hearts.
Bad about the ace jack fold.
Already it's interesting with ace-5 off in the small blind. Wow, it does just rip it.
Oh, and Kornuth has woken up with 7s here. Asks for a count, and if you're Ausmus, this isn't exactly what you want to hear. If Kornuth calls and Ausmus bows out prior to Saliba, and Kornuth does make the call.
7s against ace 5, man.
Granted, as the covering stack,
7s.
All in.
Ace 5 against Jeremy, yeah.
he would be
Ace
left
5
with just
suited versus
2.5
sevens.
million, though, if things don't work
I don't
out.
think he's suited.
Offsuit.
Oh, offsuit. Offsuit. Ace 5 offsuit versus 7.
Updates being delivered to a robust rail. Saliba wearing the smile with good reason, and we know who he's rooting for.
Yeah, this is a really tough one, honestly.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
genuine, no.
I'm sure.
Genuinely tough.
Ausmus
I've been there. It's all
not
good. It's all
taking it
good.
personally.
I have 7s.
Well, it took just one hand for us to get our first all-in and call, and the ace rolls off.
Okay, just start cheering for me now.
So just say black.
Kornuth hunts the hockey stick to haul in
That's
12.5 million and secure the pay jump for himself and the rest of the field. As Ausmus has leapt into the lead. The 5 doesn't change anything in spite of the improvements for Jeremy.
Is on my side now?
I don't know if he knows what he wants. I know what I want. I want the 7 of spades.
Kornuth
think that one's
taking it in stride, but not taking it down.
Oh, they love the advertisement.
Of course, the last one is courtesy of Nevada court order, I would imagine.
Speaking of court orders, we've got an all-in declared by the laws
King Jack
of the
and
Ace
poker
queen versus
gods.
king jack.
We have King Jack.
This was Ausmus open to 700. Saliba slathering another 575 on top. Jeremy well prepared to make the call. Of course, Chance Kornuth looking on quite eagerly with just a couple of blinds more than Saliba coming into this pot. And the flop is top 2, but note the Broadway gutty. for Saliba. Can he fish a 10 out of the stub? That's what it's going to take. Finds a king, and now all of a sudden we can add those outs.
And the kings are dirty.
Note, by the way, that 10 of hearts up top being a little darker than the other outs. This is due to the fact that we've already seen that card mucked. So in reality, it's just 5 outs, and the 4 of clubs is not one of them. And of course, Saliba's expectations were managed coming into play here today. It was going to take something special. Did get a sweat by proxy as he rooted for Kornuth to win with those 2 sevens against Jeremy, but ultimately, and perhaps as to be expected, he busts in 6 for $512,000. Nothing to hang his head about. Did quite
900K.
most, but not all, deployed. See how Kornuth feels about ace-5. Is this an actual candidate with 2 big stacks behind us?
I think it's fine to simply call, right? I mean, you've got ace high. He's reading the situation perfectly. You just call the 900 or the million effective.
And by the way, the flat does look quite strong. So even without the 3-bet present, you can shed a good number of hands. I don't know that 5s are going to be among them, though. Huni happy to set mine at this price.
He could have shut the door and just ripped it home, but it is that, what you pointed out, it looks relatively strong when Kornuth just comes with the cold call to 900. So instead, he knows opportunity to eliminate a player. Let's see it 3 ways and see what happens and develops.
3.1 in the middle and an ace on board. Kornuth, a heavy favorite here. No diamond on board is a real dilemma for Ponakovs. You can see he hates it, just 175 back. No worlds in which I would imagine he's ever going to find the muck, regardless, from this point forward. Maybe if he were to check, Kornuth were to bet, and Huni were to activate, this would dissuade us. But as we can see, that's unlikely to be the case.
This is pretty big for chance right here, by the way. I think you just want to get Huni out.
Forgot to restart the clock. Also, if you can move your left arm just a little bit so I can see it. Thank you.
Kornuth, a sprinkle, 400.
Huni just being laid such a nice price, you might want to try and bink a 5.
By the way, that case nickel on the turn would be fireworks. No fishing. Now it's back over to Aleks.
I had pocket 5.
Hates it.
Yeah, I thought about just.
But must make the call. Oh, you do hear him say, though, that if Huni were to have simply called, that would have been enough.
Ace-5, King-Jack. Ace-5, King-Jack.
Well, the bid for a repeat is now officially
I know, I thought about it.
looking dismal
It's better for me to call, I think.
for Ponakovs.
Go 3 ways.
Better for you to get a pay jump?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for the pay jump, but maybe I'm supposed to just.
And it's official.
Good luck. Enjoy the game.
Game, bro.
No help on the turn and no further participation. Irrelevant river forthcoming.
Again, bro.
And I jumped the gun a little bit on it, but in the end, it wasn't long after the big bite was taken out of Ponakovs that he would be left to collect this 682,000, let's call it roughly.
Wild curse level.
Yeah.
Positive. You got to be able to keep your head screwed on straight if you're going to run the high roller circuits. And as we revisit the final table, the words all in have been declared.
Like
this was a Blom open to 1.3. Big Huni was placed in the blender yesterday toward the end of play with precisely an ace-jack. chose to play it as a flat here from the button, and Ausmus has pounced on that.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think he's got it down to a hand like ace-jack and potentially a hand like ace-queen off. He knows he's in bad shape.
Oh, the
my.
call gets made
You're
here.
good, you're good.
And domination.
Go. Ace-jack to queen-jack suited.
For
Ace-jack to queen-jack suited.
Huni.
Come on, we got to hold this one. This is a big one here. This is real lot.
24.3 million in the middle.
An obvious misclick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like I would have never even like done the thing, but like everyone at the table knew.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious, you know.
Yeah.
You fold an ace, Vic? Fold an ace?
What is
or queen?
Kornuth alluding to? He said an
I
obvious
did not.
misclick?
I think
Probably
so.
a lot of spades in that deck, man. A lot of spades.
To the flop we
Ay,
go.
ay, ay.
9-8-6.
8-9-6.
The gutter for Ausmus.
Let's put an ace out there.
Problems are real for him, though, as he hunts a queen or a 10. Oh, and there's the 10. No waiting. The gutter slides in for Ausmus.
Unreal,
Devastating
Always
for
on the
Big
big
Huni.
stage, they do this to me every time.
He can chop with
So
a
gross.
queen. But that's the best that he can do here. Jeremy recognizing his good fortune as the river pairs the board
Gross.
and doubles
How much?
Ausmus's stack. The heavyweight nature of this thing.
What we're playing for.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars on the line. Been here, done that type of mantra.
How much is the race?
Yeah. This might as well be at one of these guys' kitchen table, given the familiarity with nosebleed stakes.
This is so crafty, by the way, out of Kornuth. The 3-bet with right around a 20 big blind stack. It looks so strong.
8.1 you start with, right?
He navigates so well off these sort of dangerous stack sizes. You can see he's putting a ton of pressure on Big Huni. You just don't want to misstep once more. Lose another big pot and put yourself at risk.
All in.
Wow.
Game recognized game there. I do not receive 25%
All in.
of the proceeds of the sale of Night Shift and Indeed Ali shirts. I should. As proceeds being sought
We need
here
king 6.
by Chance
He's got king
Kornuth
6,
with
Chance has
pocket
nines.
9s.
King 6 off against 9s. We need king 6.
He's
Yeah.
covered, but Ausmus has found
Yeah,
some
Chance has
rabbits and
9.
some hats already on the day.
I'm on my phone.
There's a little abracadabra in his future this
I did it
time
once,
with King
Chance.
6.
I can do it again now.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hope not.
H3. Yeah, that makes sense. It felt loose, but I was my hand was so bad. Where's Cash?
Heading over to his rail.
What the fuck's he doing?
Oh,
Ooh, let's go.
a filthy king of diamonds there,
Yeah.
eliciting a little rub of the trap.
Oh, I didn't even know that's what they do with all
Stress
that.
levels high on the shoulders of pocket 9s. Not
Come on, baby.
alleviated by the
One more.
turn.
Does a full house beat trips, Jeremy?
Get this one. Get this one.
Well, Kornuth trying to lure in Nina.
Ball one time, corner pocket.
Is she there? No.
Unlucky.
And there's not much you can do about that.
Graham, bro.
Unlucky,
You
bro.
see the love being shown. Him here live. You recognize that the foundation is very strong, and so is jamming with pocket 5s, and it is Ausmus's turn to deliberate perhaps with ace-jack. Now, granted, he could take control of his own fate.
5, 6, 6, 5, 9, 5, 10, 2, 10, 450.
And book
10
a ticket
4,
to heads
10,
up play
450.
Yeah, we're going in.
with Viktor. Not a blender spot on this
Fives
occasion
versus
for ace-jack.
Come on, man. Let me breathe on one. Let's go. Let's get back in this shit. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I got 5s.
You know, if I didn't see any
Come on.
cards
What's that?
on the screen, I would think this was Family Feud.
We're gonna flip. We gonna flip.
It was just
We're gonna
walk
flip.
on over, get the applause from the fam when you give them the update.
I brought you a shirt from last year. Josh got it.
Well, will the deck keep the party going for Camp Huni?
I feel like I'm winning this one.
I've been winning all of them.
Or are
You'd
things
think I wouldn't
going
just
to
win all of
thin
them, but-
out? Fives are holding so far.
I think we got this one.
Big money, no whammies.
I think we're winning this one.
Big bucks, no whammies.
Yeah,
That's what they're calling for. Oh no!
Always. Unreal.
Ausmus
It's your day, huh?
Yeah, I guess so, buddy.
drops a
Now,
big
hold on.
gray
Not yet.
We got
cloud
one to come.
over things. Look at Huni.
Premature hug. Smart.
Claude did it to me last year, man. Claude did it to me last year.
Oh! Oh my goodness!
Jeremy tried to fade the handshake. Pandemonium in Thunderdome.
What do you have now?
Better to lose one's voice than one stack.
About 12.
Trouble on the horizon here for Blom. Button min raise. Options available to Huni.
$3.5.
Up we go.
Sizable 3.5 over top of the 1 million chip raise, and this is a problem for Viktor Blom. He suspected Huni could be doing this light.
Does he have 3-bet folds?
Oh yeah, he definitely has 3-bet folds.
And if that's the case, then maybe the A7 suited suddenly decides to get heroic. It would be a bit street. So perhaps a more conventional flat.
This is a raise.
Oh, forgive me.
Yeah, he's coming
It was
in with
the
a
pink
very
chips.
small 4-bet.
All in.
All in.
And a snap
There we
jam
go.
over the
Hey.
top of it. You see Isildur shaking his head.
Ace-Jack suited, Ace-7 suited.
Felt committed at that investment level.
Come on.
And all of a sudden,
Come on. He misclicked, I think.
the
I
Isildur
think
fund
he tried to call my raise and accidentally
is
re-raised.
at risk of insolvency.
That was a misclick, right? Misclick? Yeah. He tried to call, but accidentally re-raised, so we got it in.
Oh dear.
Now, Brent, unpack this. Isildur made a mistake.
Yes, he just intended to call the raise, and instead threw in the raise. You could see it in his face right when he did it.
So the 4-bet was unintentional.
Unintentional. Oh no!
my
He hits the 7.
This is a
All
sick
of a
game.
sudden, the misclick goes from
Try that again.
potential disaster to a potential
That's
double.
so gross. Just do it. Just do
Calls
it.
for the jack on the end.
Oh, so close.
And my goodness. Huni.
Neves here on the button. Makes it 6 million to go. Action over to Johnson in the big blind. Once again, you know, he hasn't shied away from defending from his big blind. Ace deuce off. He's going to defend this.
10-ish, yeah.
Ace 7-6 with a couple of diamonds out there. Johnson flops the best of it, but this is a flop that Neves might want to continue on, being the pre-flop raiser. These ace-high boards tend to favor a pre-flop raising range. especially a big stack like Neves who can apply some pressure to Johnson here. 4 million is the bet. Johnson comes along. Seven on the turn, pairs the board.
$17, right? 18.
18 million is what Neves comes with there, sizing up, and Johnson is not going anywhere. 5 on the river. Is Neves going to find the third bullet here? Neves does come with it. Look at this, and it is going to work.
That was 45.
A bet of 45 million, 75% pot, and that gets it done. Neves pulling the trigger once again. A triple barrel bluff against Aaron Johnson.
Felt like, yeah.
And he's back up over 2 million and very much back in the driver's seat there.
Now has ace king on the button.
That is 1.2 million.
Oh, Huni's got ace-6 suited and 22 bigs. This could be dangerous.
Big slick. Min raising the button, and you see Huni with a committing announcement of 10 million.
We're fucked.
It is not
Ace six
Ausmus
of
who
hearts
moved
versus
all
ace
in with the king 8 suited, by the way. Take his hand out of play. Blom, rather, the one that asked for the remaining 3.2. Now, rabbits have been pulled out of hats on multiple occasions by multiple parties here in what has really been a magic show in terms of all-ins. Can Big Huni somehow work 29% equity into a W here? 10-7-3.
Not even hard on flop.
Doesn't look like the one.
That's rough. That's rough.
Well,
I feel like I deserve this one.
Well, glimmer of hope.
From just a 6 to a
69,
9 as well.
Nice. 69, nice.
For Big Huni. Can he claim this 27.6 and fight on? The river. Presto! His head. Not since Adebisi was rocking beanies on HBO's Oz have I seen that particular tilt.
He might
on
have
a piece of headwear.
Action here. 12 bigs for Viktor, king jack off. Huni, serious consideration with ace-7 suited.
What do you have? What do I have? 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 about.
7.7 million.
Well, that's not counting my
All in.
All in announced as well.
Did I not put my 6 in?
Not the blind, just the answer.
Okay.
Well, Ausmus was doing a little bit of accounting, but in the end,
versus King Jack.
It was unnecessary as Huni
I had an ace.
jammed and will be taking the best of it against Blom, who's gotten his whole stack forward.
7.7.
A 3-2 dog.
I had ace 6-0.
Fuck. I like hearing that.
Yeah.
$16.4 out there, and a jack with a couple of diamonds.
Shine bright, baby. Shine bright.
As wet as it gets.
He folded an ace, though. He folded an ace. You know they gotta make it dramatic, right? They always gotta make it dramatic.
Holds a precarious lead. A nervy grin.
Come on.
Rail ready to explode, and there's the diamond, but look at this. It's trip jacks.
Hold.
Deuces, fours, jacks, and kings all would dampen the spirits of those faces. Anything else, and it's going to be an eruption. Bang! Blom has been shot down.
Let's go. My time now. My time now. My time now.
1.3 million plus.
No, I'm in there. I'm in the zone.
We'll go to Victor.
They ain't beating me.
I'm efforting because that does ring a bell. Yeah. Yeah, he did go to East Carolina University.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is in Greenville, South Carolina. Ausmus jamming, King 8. Oh, hang on.
Shit, count.
This might be a call. This is for 14 big blinds, roughly, that Jeremy Ausmus has. I think King 9 suited is a qualifier. This could be it right here, right now.
Go with your heart.
There's
This
something
is
ironic about that.
14 big blind shove.
Got it. Only 2 in the head, sir.
No, that ain't right.
10, 11,
11.8.
11.8.
Oh, he slams the call in there, and he's got
Let's
Ausmus
go, baby.
pipped.
Come on. Come on. King 9 of hearts against King 8. Let's go. King 9 of hearts against King 8. Go with your heart. I had 2 hearts. How do I fold?
Let's go.
How do I fold? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I know. Still 5 cards.
Let's go. You got it.
It's when you say go with your heart, how can I fold?
I didn't even know what I was saying when I said it. Come on.
9 ball.
This one's for all the marbles.
Okay.
Both players with the king. Huni, 77% favorite to haul this one in, Brent. 11% of the time they chop.
Deuce! Get it.
Oh, wow.
9.
8 on the turn. Ausmus
What a
takes
game
2
this is.
pair. Can Huni find the 9 and draw the curtain to return the favor? No.
So sick.
11-8.
This is 8 right here.
I mean, this one's kept with the script here.
Ausmus continues to just run
11-8.
so pure.
Limped one free. Top pair against second pair. Ausmus with the better diamond draw. Knuckles over to the leader.
Now we're going to get some chips in the middle here. Unavoidable for both parties.
At least $1 million for the time being, says Huni. Compliance, predictably, from Ausmus. Who now picks up an open-ender to go with the better flush draw, but the inferior holding. Note that Huni has a gut shot, courtesy of that 5.
Great feel for Huni with top pair with no kicker. Trying to get the max from any 7, any 8.
4 million into 4.4. That was meaty sizing, which was briskly called by Ausmus. And the ace of diamonds now delivers a flush to both doorsteps. Advantage Jeremy in that regard. And you see Huni.
Oh my God.
Checking back.
Had queen in the 4 diamond.
Oh, wow.
The better flush.
You win, right? Yeah, you win.
6 of diamonds.
That's so gross. I mean, I gross, but.
Here in Las Vegas. And is being photographed with a number of very complex looking cakes. Confectionaries.
2.5.
Nice, Graham.
Very nice.
Oh, and a very nice pocket jacks here.
2.5.
For Ausmus, facing the raise to 2.5 million.
Larger sizing, by the way, for Huni goes to 2.5 million at this level.
Suited one capper, the responsible kit, as the response from jacks being tabulated. $3x to 7.5. Huni looking down at that chip leading stack. Talking about well over 20% of what he's got back. Required to C3, and he's here for it.
And there was no world in which he was just going to 4-bet jam. It was more about, do we just fold, or is the hand too good, too pretty to C3, and we will C3.
It was 15% of his remaining stack, by the way, to see this 9-5 deuce board, which gives him top pair and backdoor diamonds. Problems are self-evident for Huni. Ausmus with this overpair. 16 million in the middle.
This money's going in.
You know, I don't know if you caught this, but Huni reached over and grabbed chips, granted green ones, while Ausmus had yet to act. Just something to take note of. I'm not sure whether or not it's with 100% frequency that that's happening, but oftentimes I know when I'm in the cash game streets, it cuts one of 2 ways and you need to correlate, but a lot of times people will do it looking to dissuade you from betting. Other times it's because they are actually going to get it in, which is exactly what Huni has done here. A covering stack.
We need a 9 or a 7. We need a 9 or a 7.
The worst of it.
We need no 9, no 7.
Has come in against Huni on multiple occasions.
Running diamonds would work.
Already here at this FT. Perhaps it's his turn to repay some favors.
Jack, 9 set, top pair. Backdoor flush draw.
Will the deck shine down on Big Huni?
6 of diamonds.
And deliver him his first bracelet. He's behind. Stays there. Uh-oh.
He's got me covered.
I can't believe I'm about to get second in another one of these fucking tournaments, man. King 9 and King 8 away.
Huni, perhaps a bit preemptive, maybe looking to tempt fate. 9 or a 7 would do it here. Can he find it?
Oh.
Yes! There it is. There was a lot of doomed beer on that rail the minute that 9 rolled off and delivered Chris his first World Series of Poker bracelet, Brent, 2.8 million richer.
That's what it's all about. On the river. his first bracelet, playing for more than himself, his rail, his late father, and his 2 kids and wife at home.